Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan Nair. Basically, today we are going to talk about the Formula Word, and this is basically 76th number part. And till 76, till 75 we have discussed lots of things about the government, about the education system, about the sales, about the basically you can say lots of words basically you can say about the each and every industry, each and every physical sectors basically which has created, how basically books has been dumped into physical places, how one example I have taken of the books basically, and that 55 books basically which was created one of the businessmen of the New York basically of the US basically, and that was converted into some cities basically you can say. Like this basically lots of things was created, lots of things was basically covered in 75th number part. This is basically 76th number, and in 76 basically we are going to see a little bit more about the sales industry basically. Just now basically we have saw in 74th, 75th, 73rd, 72. This all are basically the sales basically we can say. Up to the level sales is connecting, up to the level the sales are connected. Sales have reached up to that level that basically you can't believe it. Basically, if one city basically want to stand their building, keep basically you can say, if basically I'm not getting the exact word basically, if each and every city is basically has to keep their building in standing position, not supposed to move left and not supposed to move right side, then basically they have to take the subscription. Up to that level, basically the sales has reached. So what sales name basically which we can give this? What sales name basically you can give this? What business industry basically can give the name of this sales basically? Because World Bank says that whatever subscription you are going to take, whatever the central government is going to give the whatever central government is going to take the subscription, according to that only we are going to pass the subscription data basically. So central and the city basically people city government says that whatever money we are going to get as a tax format, according to that only we are going to give the data, going to pass to the data to the central government. So each and every things are basically up to the level basically has reached, and the sales industry basically you can say it has reached up to the level. This is basically one of the small part of the sales of the government basically you can say. So basically, if anybody asks basically from where the sales industry starts basically, who starts the sales industry, then basically you can give one name, that is government. Basically, government has taken the subscription data from the from the World Bank, and World Bank is paying the subscription data basically to the each and every cities basically you can say, each and every states, each and every countries basically, each and every country basically you can say. So like this basically the central is telling that whatever data we are getting from the city states, according to that basically we are paying the money basically. So we are sending the subscription data that basically basically each and every buildings basically keeps value basically, because they are paying the money to the government, they are paying the tax amount, they are paying the light bill amount, they are paying the each and every investment basically. Sometimes they are doing the investment to the cities also, they are paying, they are giving the recruitment, they are giving the jobs also the people. So like six like this basically each and every buildings contains lots of things. So basically government says that we are taking care of each and every buildings. So according to that basically each and every buildings matters to us basically, yes, each and every trees matters basically. I will take one example of the trees basically. There are lots of medicines basically you can say, which has created from the trees basically. That also very old trees, 100 years, 200 years trees basically has been converted to medicines basically, because that basically contains each and every seasons of the 100 years data, each and every season's 100 years data basically you can say. So that data basically also contained into that tree basically. So and like this basically 100-year old data is also exist in that tree. Like this basically each and every things are converted, like these trees are also converted into medicine basically. And like this basically you can say that 100-year-old sales, 100-year-old tree basically has taken as a sales basically you can say sales of medicine basically because that medicine is going to be sold by the certain medicine companies and going to be sold by the dispensaries, going to sold by the doctors and by the pharmacy people basically. So that basically indirectly comes into the sales of the medicine basically. Like this basically one tree also came into picture for sales basically. Like this basically I have taken the example of the education system, how basically the education system is has came in and basically jumped into the sales industry basically you can say. Like this basically each and every things are connected with each other basically that also you can say. Each and every tax department are connected with the formula words that also you can say because each and every cities are having the building and they are paying the amount of tax to the government. And like this according to the tax amount the subscription are done by the each and every city basically. The subscription basically you can say the buildings are standing, not moving at the right and not moving right, the left basically. So according to that, basically the subscription amount has been passed by the city, states, and the country to the World Bank. Basically, that also you can say. Like this, basically each and every things are connected with each other, and one person asked him one question basically. The software industries has reached to the level you can create the buildings also from the software. Then basically, have you created any infotech park or any cities basically only which contains the software data? Yes, basically there are many cities which has been converted to the cities which has converted from the softwares basically. Yes, software energy. The text box equal to thousand cities. That is the example basically. Entire city has not been converted, but the most of basically 90% part has been converted from the software. So basically, Textbox is equal to thousand cities. So basically, on the base of Textbox, the entire city has been created. Basically, you can say. So like this, basically, from the Textbox energy data, basically, which has collected from long before, basically, according to that energy, basically data, the set of processes happen, and like this, basically, lots of things has happened, and the text box on the base of text box basically the data has been generated and the energy has been generated and the city has been created and vice versa also you can say the on the base of cities basically the text box has created. So like this basically lots of things are there basically which are interconnected with each other and basically it's very in depth basically you can say nobody basically don't know this that nobody in IT industry very less people knows that the software the one text box which you see in the screen basically in the website basically that is created from thousand cities basically thousand 2000 cities basically. Basically, it's basically not. It's basically unbelievable. Basically, when any person will listen that, when any person will say that thousand cities created from the text box and vice versa, basically, then basically nobody will believe it because it's a new basically. It's a new things basically. Sometime basically you listen basically, but the things are basically already created. The things are invested. The text box equal to thousand cities are already invested by the banks. Lots of products are created by the banks, and lots of things has already happened basically. Now basically it's very difficult to control this entire things basically because the thousand cities has already created and the lots of human needs are also created by the software industry basically. Lots of oils are created, petrols are created, human needs are created, vegetables are created, fruits are created, lots of things, cottons are created, lots of things are basically lights are created. That also you can say. Uh, if everything is created, then basically by default sand is also created. So basically, whatever energy gets generates basically that basically converts into sand also that's by default. So like this, basically each and every things are already done and which has already converted also. So software in industry has basically done lots of things and lots of things has already happened also. That also we can say. So basically now basically to control only is the option. That also to control the each and every creation to handle the creations, to maintain the creation, and create the new basically on the base of the, because you have to always create the new, because the data is always getting processed, so new creation always comes and always going to come basically. So development part is never going to stop of the software industry. That is basically, you can say, text box equal to thousand cities. So this thousand cities basically keeps on adding their data, basically keeps on maintaining their data. Like this basically each and every combo box is created for 2000 cities, so 1000 cities basically is going to get plus only, basically you can say. Like this basically lots of things, cities are created on the base of certain data. Like this lots of things has already happened, basically you can say. Like this we are stopping here. This is the 76th number, and 77, this is 76th, and in 77th basically we are going to talk about a little bit more about the formula word. So whatever things basically I have told just now, basically that also comes into the formula word, and the attributes basically, and set of attributes are equal to balance sheet. Also you can say it's basically thousands of balance sheet, thousands of attributes are there, and on the base of thousands of formula, basically thousands of attributes, a set of formulas are also created. So we are stopping here, and this is basically 76th number, and 77 we are going to discuss a little bit more about the formula word and the attributes and the balance sheet.